Hey, what's up? We're going after the hip joint specifically to restore some flexion and some external rotation. External rotation and flexion in the hip are highly implicated in low back pain, sacroiliac joint dysfunction, and trigger point pain patterns down the leg. So buying yourself some slack in this joint to move more freely is going to have a massive impact on your pain. So we want to be sure and get into this joint just a bit. So we've got our bigger band now for the hip. The hip is a big joint, so we need a little more tension and pressure to create some separation there in the joint. And you're simply going to step through. Now, the band has to be as high in the hip as possible to create the best effect on the joint. So snug the band as high in the hip as you can. And then the position we're looking for here is to keep the band perpendicular to the body or pretty close to it. Now, this is a big band, so commit to what we're doing. Get to the floor, and then if you can, we need to scoot out and develop some tension here so it creates a nice separation in the joint. This is a pretty scalable position, knowing that you may not be able to get all the way down here to start, but that doesn't matter. If we can start high and work our way down over time, that's great, and you're gonna be buying some new joint range of motion. So if you can start left arm down, and then we're just kind of relaxing here and driving the hips down towards the floor, creating some new range of motion in the hip. And then if you need a little extra stretch, our goal is, can we get right arm to the floor and eventually work ourselves down to where we can get right elbow on the floor? And that's gonna be your maxed out position there. So you're gonna spend 2 minutes here working through this position. If you wanna add a little extra from up high, you can press the knee out a bit. We wanna make sure the foot stays flat on the floor and that the hip and the knee are in a good position. We don't want to see the foot flaring off over here. We want to keep the foot flat, and that ensures that most of the effect is on the joint and not through the muscles down through the lower leg. So work on that for a couple of minutes. Your test retest here is the same thing with no band. So you're going to start with, hey, where can I get my elbow? Add the band, recheck, spend 2 minutes. See you later.